from the love of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer. With boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Yeah. It's about that time again. We're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. H2O flow style, baby. I feel so good. The song is about fun. The song is about love. The song is about having a good time. H2O flow style. So if you're ready, then listen.
Girl, I love the feel of your body. All the things you do drive me crazy. Relax and we'll have a good time. Come and take my hand and just slow wine. My lady, come baby, come baby, and let me feel your sexy body all over me. The feeling so crazy. Come baby, and let me feel your sexy body all over me. The feeling so crazy. Love the way you move, everybody's looking. Love the way you smile when I look in your eyes. Love the way you feel, girl, when we're slow dancing. Surely is it real, the way that I feel. My baby, come baby, and let me feel your sexy body all over me. The feeling so crazy. Come baby, and let me feel your sexy body all over me. The feeling so crazy. Come baby, let's move to the music. Shorty, I know you can feel it. Girl, anytime that you're with me, my body just can't resist it. My lady, come baby, and let me feel your sexy body all over me. The feeling so crazy. Come baby,
boss here, baby. Yes, it's you I'm talking to. Come give Teddy a hug. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Come baby, rub on me, my lady, so sexy, it's crazy, my shorty. You know why? You know why?
Love the way you move, everybody's looking. Love the way you smile, when I look in your eyes. Love the way you feel, girl, when we're slow dancing. Shorty, is it real, the way that I'm feeling. Love the way you move, and if you feel sexy, love the way you smile. Feeling so crazy, love the way you move, and if you feel sexy, love the way you smile. Feeling so crazy.
Rise up, it's the NETT Radio Breakfast Show. Bringing you the energy, music and vibes to start your day right.
And if you feel sexy, love the way you smile.
Well, come baby. Bring your sexy self here. Let's see if we can start your day right. Actually, I'm sure we're going to make sure we start your day right. Hey, everybody, good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Neighbors in the Caribbean, how are you doing? Friends and family streaming all around the globe, different time zones and slots. Thank you so much for getting up with us this morning. It is New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio. The heartbeat of the Caribbean, taking you above and beyond. Let me say much thanks to the Heavenly Father for bringing us together for another day. And everything that we do, dear God, let it be a blessing unto you. Sleep out, yours truly, Sir Charles. Happy am I to be in this space with you. Thank you so much for showing up. Good morning to the Anthem crew as we welcome you to your Get Up and Go. Yeah, Monday to Friday we are here. This is your Get Up and Go. We welcome everybody to the breakfast show.
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The breakfast show is here. We bring in the soca way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah line. Let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Oh, good vibes rolling through the air. The breakfast show, energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your doubles or your morning drink.
Well, good morning, and welcome to the breakfast show, coming to you live out of Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, good morning, especially to all of our viewers and listeners wherever you are across the planet. Of course, in Trinidad and Tobago and across wherever and whatever time zone. A big good morning to you on this wonderful Tuesday morning, and of course, a good morning to my co-hosts, Wendell and Sid Charles. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Richard. Good morning, everybody. And of course, welcome, everybody. Good to have you all this morning. And Wendell, how are you doing this morning?
I'm all right. Morning, Sir Charles. Good morning, Richard. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. And good morning, listeners and viewers all over the globe. Just having a little sniffles there. Fan and AC don't work, you know. And that's what I did last night. So I'm coughing a little bit.
You was real hot, boy.
Yeah, well, yesterday was, I don't know. Yesterday, my bedroom was like a furnace. I don't know, like some...
All right, okay, cool. No problem. Yeah. You do these things to yourself, right?
I don't know if something happened in the bedroom in my absence or since my return that just had it overheated. I really don't know, but it was extra hot. And so I slept with both AC and fan. And I wake up to my regret this morning. Anyway, it's good to be in the land of the living. My God, what happened yesterday? Trinidad and Tobago.
With regard to what?
Yeah. What are you
With
talking
regard
about?
to the news. I mean, it's sad news, but what happened with those two gentlemen that went missing? They reported them
All
missing.
right, I saw that story. That story is one of those bizarre stories that you just didn't understand what happened.
Yeah.
You just didn't understand what happened because and I mean, to people, of course, in the stream who don't know, it's two good friends, older gentlemen.
Yeah.
One living in, I can't remember where they're living. One in Trinity and one in
Puno or somewhere there.
Puno, you're right, Wendell.
Yeah.
And they went up to Lopino.
Yes.
And people were relatives there or people there saw them leave. They were driving a Tida, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And they left and presumptively to go back home. Mm-hmm. And they just never made it. And they found their bodies in a burnt out car in Valencia or something like that.
Or yes,
Somewhere like that. And they were trying to piece together what the hell happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it was bizarre. It was like, what? Mm-hmm. You know, you didn't understand what it was. So that was really a
strange in several parts, you know.
Because the family when they didn't arrive home, the family, of course, notified the police, made a missing persons report. And well, I suppose they never expected it, and in the horror it ended in. It was horrible story.
It was a horrible story. I mean, it's like it's so much. It was a horrible story, and hopefully the police will get to the bottom of it and solve that. Because come on, we can't just have people going about their merry business, you know what I mean, disappearing and then being found that way, dead that way. For what?
Yeah.
You know, it just.
That was really bad. I mean, that was really shocking, you know. And it's as I said, it's two elderly guys, you know.
Yeah.
So it makes you even wonder less, more what's really taking place, you know.
Yeah, just two good friends hanging out and they're dead today because of some monster out there. Because they ain't killed themselves.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did not kill themselves.
Yeah.
And said they can't fire, you know. So yeah, boy, we have some real monsters outside here, boy.
Yeah.
Real terrible people outside here.
Yeah. And of course, yesterday, the person who I don't like to talk about.
That was another weird one too.
A video went viral with that person.
Yeah, that was a weird one kind of too, because it was like, what? Because I saw that, and because for people listening and watching in the stream, I may not know. It was a video with Philip Alexander and saying all sorts of stuff, and the claim was that he had uploaded it and then deleted it. Am I right, Wendell?
Yes.
But you know it has some real snappy fingers, people.
Yeah, I'm one, Richard.
Capture it one time.
I'm one. I'm proud of that.
Just in case it's in your mind.
One time they started to, they must have saved it and then started to share it. So the delete was not successful. And of course, it started made it wrong, and of course, it's very abusive. A very abusive video.
Well, I haven't seen it. When you all get a chance here, send it to me.
I don't share them kind of thing, right? But
what was weird about the video when it seemed that I don't know, it didn't seem like a continuous. It seemed edited.
But he's saying it was edited by the PNM and so. But that's his style. That's him. Yeah. That's his style. I don't know why on the anniversary of the UNCs in government, why they're tolerating him, I don't even know. Why did they put him there? I don't know. And why they keep tolerating him. But I think he crossed the line. Because that you and you attack lodge people like that, you make those kind of comments, trust me, you're going to feel a backlash.
Oh, he said something about lodge people?
Yes.
I didn't watch your video, I just watched the beginning and I was like, what is this? I'm like, what is this? And and it looked kind of strangely edited in a kind of way, and I'm like, is he even in sync? Because
it was a live, apparently the person was doing. So that's why it came across like that. It wasn't a video they uploaded. They were live.
Oh, and people caught the live and then he deleted the live soon after or something like that.
Mm-hmm. But why is that being tolerated at this stage of our governance? I don't even know.
Yeah.
The UNC have enough problems as it is. They don't need that. They don't need that.
But you don't need, well, we always talk about language on the show. And like it falls on deaf ears, I don't know. And, but we're in a time where it seems you can say anything and it doesn't affect you politically. I don't know if we're in that time now. As a kind of global marker, I don't know. But it's very strange. And you really have to hold to, look, that's unacceptable.
It must be.
And cannot be acceptable. And that's not where we should be going as a country. But it takes a particular kind of leadership to, put down. And I don't know if the Prime Minister is of that ilk. Because she herself has said some things. So I don't know.
Yeah, but she's the Prime Minister. She's an elected official. She has 3 unelected officials there just dragging her down. One of them continuously.
I know what is strange about it is the time that you want, because is it today that is actually the anniversary? Is it today?
Today,
right.
Yes.
Today's the anniversary.
So you would want it to be a celebration of joy and accomplishment and whatever political parties do after their first year in office. So you would want to focus on the positives.
Yeah.
Which I think,
as part of your celebration. This, of course, takes away from it.
And there have been some positives, because I spoke about one yesterday, Richard. I experienced the arrival, the online arrival and the party thing. And it worked very smooth. And as a matter of fact, both immigration and customs were in praise of it. At least the officers I interacted with. And it had no line. There was no line in immigration, absolutely none, and no line in customs to leave, to exit the airport.
Oh, serious?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that is something that should have been done years ago.
So the process just makes everything quicker.
Yeah. Yeah, because at customs, you actually have a scanner. So you scan the code because you would have downloaded a code. You know, and they basically, you just go.
Currently, in Arima, it's...
You know, so...
Well,
so there have been some successes.
That's good news. That's excellent news.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is, as you said, that will add to our good news. So let's do our good news and then come back and people in the chat.
Yeah, man.
In many parts of the world, losing your eyesight doesn't have to be permanent. Thanks to one remarkable healthcare system in India, millions of people are seeing clearly again. The Aravind Eye Care System has become a global leader in providing affordable and often free eye surgeries to those in need. For many patients, conditions like cataracts once meant a lifetime of blindness. But today, a simple procedure, done in just minutes, can restore sight completely. What makes this system unique is its mission. No one is turned away because they cannot afford care. Patients travel from rural communities, sometimes journeying for hours, just for the chance to see again. Doctors and nurses work with incredible efficiency, performing hundreds of surgeries each day without compromising quality. And the results are life-changing. People who once struggled to see their families, to work, or to move safely are given a second chance at independence. The impact goes beyond individuals. Families are strengthened, communities become more productive, and hope is restored in the most powerful way. This model has inspired healthcare systems around the world, proving that high-quality care can also be affordable and accessible. Because sometimes changing the world starts with helping someone see it again. That's good news on NETT Radio. Follow our channels and listen at netradiott.com for more great content.
Yeah, that's good news. That is something I'm hoping that that Trinidad and Tobago will adopt, because for people who may not be able to wait on the hospital service as it is, because they do good work in our hospitals where eye surgeries like cataract and things is concerned, but it needs to be faster. And if you can't wait, or it's taking a while to get it done in the public healthcare system, it's very costly outside there. Something like I know a couple of years ago it was bordering between $18,000 and $20,000 to do an eye. So if you really don't have money, you could just lose your eyesight because of that. But places like India and stuff, and you see what they are doing, and people are getting that kind of assistance. Some cases free, they're giving it. So I hope some of that technology reaches us quickly.
Yeah. Oh, I got thrown off there. There was something I was going to add to what you were just saying, to Charles, but it'll come back to me at some point in time.
Yeah.
But the carnival I don't know if you all saw the video. There's a first time carnival in Accra, Ghana. This year. I think it's going on all now actually still.
Well, I know that's where Marshall is, because Marshall is there for that, right? Yes.
So I got a video and I saw, and of course I shared it. And I shared it with quite a few of the folks who I know in Ghana, including the High Commissioner. And he sent me back a video. He said, yeah, they're having a fantastic time. He sent me back a video of he and Marshall and a couple other folks singing, hugging up and singing and so on. And I said that's so good that the first ever carnival is being held in Accra, Ghana right now. So congratulations to whomever would have initiated it. It may have been the High Commissioner himself, Mr. John Mitchell, who continues to do a good job out there. But I'm so happy because I remember when we went to Kumasi in 2019 to do its first ever carnival too. Of course, right after that, COVID came, so it just ended. We went back in 2022 or 2023, somewhere there. But I'm happy because it looked like a resounding success out there in Accra, Ghana. Of course, if you've never visited Ghana, you should. You'll meet some of the nicest people in Ghana. Friendliest people, they're always smiling. So congratulations to them.
Yeah, I saw their mask. I look at a good quality of it too, man. I say, hey, always start off on a good foot.
Yeah.
Well, they're looking like everybody else already.
yeah. But Ghanaians don't like nudity and all that kind of thing, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Because so look, I'm actually just getting a message from someone in Ghana who say Ghana is ready for this nudity. It's all over the radio stations about it. I think
about to change. Trust me.
It was classic.
Currently in Arima, it's
because they frowned on nudity and so on, eh? And whining and things.
Well, Carnival going to change that. Probably
exactly. Carnival is going to change that.
Yeah. And that is why within the video, people were already behaving themselves. Eh? They were going down the road chipping, but they weren't really like winding up on people.
Yeah. Well, that's what Carnival is about. So
Trust me, that going to change it.
mm-hmm. Especially if Marshall involved. All right, let's greet the folks in the chat. Richard, you ready?
Yeah. But before you go there, Wendell, but he seems to be putting on some weight, man.
Who?
Marshall, he seems to be putting on some weight.
It happens to all of us when we age sometimes.
No, well, you know. Yeah.
Well, the Caribbean people like to talk about people with.
I don't see it.
There are plenty of people in the diaspora that will be like, there we go again as Trinidadians talking about people with.
No, but Marshall wears big clothes now, eh? He wears pretty big clothes, you know? All right, let's greet the folks in the chat. Good morning. That's from Valerie Mendoza, came in just before midnight. Robert Allen also too came in just before midnight. Then Beefy Smith, good morning. Suzanne Jessup, that's Suzanne, Suzette, Corrine, Mrs. Gemma, Maria H. and Maria S. Deborah Noel Surratt is also saying good morning to you guys. Odell Guy out there in Sangre Grande. Margaret Thomas, Felix Kazo, Ron DeSantis Jr., who I read, Ron, I don't know if you read the almost last note. Well, he didn't die of the shooter in that incident with the ballroom with the President Trump. He gave a detailed explanation as to what he was doing, why he was doing it, and the fact that he observed the lack of security prior to even doing the act. I don't know if you all read that, but it's an amazing read. An amazing read.
Yeah. Clearly, he had no intention of coming back.
No. He had understood that he is going to die doing this, attempting to do this.
Yeah, he told himself that, boy, at the end of the day, I'm sure it's a one-way street.
Yeah. That's why I was surprised they didn't kill him. Huh? I was surprised they didn't shoot him. Anyway, Ava Smith also says good morning and happy anniversary to my daughter Akiba and son-in-law Marlon Santana. Happy Tuesday, everyone. All right, so happy anniversary, Akiba and Marlon. Sorry. Erica Charles says good morning. Eunice Dublin, Marcia Rock out there in Orlando, Florida. Apollonus, Diane Payne, Mrs. R, Maria Cellier says good morning, guys, to Suzanne, Maria H, Ms. Jackman, and Ms. Gemma.
Good morning, Mrs. R.
Manuela Peters, Michael Cadet, Marlon Motley out in North Valsain. Robert Taylor, Boy Bidesi from Debe, Doreen Pierre in North Carolina. Pamela O'Connor, Carol Guevara, Debbie Modest, Scorpion Pepper, Nicola McNichol, Subash in Woodland, Pearl, and Stacey Ann Cordis from Brazil Village. Morning, Miss Pearl. We haven't heard from you for a little while. Carla Hercules, Joyce Phillip, Katian Charles. Is special morning to Arlene Wendell. I got my smile at the gym this morning. Good for you.
Why you choking on things? So we have a good signal about truth telling and lying this morning. You not a joke.
Yes.
No. I regret with that fan and you know, my air conditioner wasn't working, and all of a sudden last night it won't work. Anyway, Kenny in Harlem says good morning. Arlene Lewis, Ingrid in Tucson, Arizona, Sherman and Juliet Kerr, Carol Guevara. Carol is, you didn't say morning already there? But your name come different this way. I don't know. Your name come in caps. Your name normally come in lowercase. Sankofa says bountiful graces. A.A. Richard slept in his office. Alistair Hart, Beverly Andrews. Look at Richard's face. Gavin Frank, Scorpio. Sankofa say that must be a Walcott thing. Okay. Kim Govaya, good morning. Scorpion is chatting on Sankofa. CJ from New York. Grand Rising, everyone. Beauty Culture says good morning. You really believe that's not real? That's the person, that's the character of the person. Trinidad Margot, Beauty Culture, what video you talking about? I'm sure you'll see it. Diane Payne, who's that 0%? Oh, yes. Alistair Hart said, especially for a government minister, he should be fired at once. Well, he's done so many things to be fired already, yeah? But I don't know that he will. We'll see what happens with this one. Bernadette and Nelesia Yates, Wayne Ramsey, Estelita Sampson, morning, Miss Sampson, David McCarthy. All right. Dean Allen, hi everyone. The PM put that man in parliament. Better a madman in that. Okay. All right. So, you see, Carol, your name comes different sometimes, eh? Why would people continue to give it life by constantly sharing it? Simply because they had enough to it. I wouldn't, honestly, and I would tell people to even send it to me. But I saw it on Facebook, so that's
it almost sounded like a compilation. You're right, Scorpion Pepper. It almost sounded like a compilation of the stuff you said before. So that's why I thought it was edited. Because I was like, wait, is this an edit? That's how it came across to me. But
I don't know if you all have been following. Anyway, as I say, I don't like myself when I speak about him, so I would try not to. You all could go ahead and talk to him. Okay. Michael Robinson from Yokohama, Japan. James Kamau also says the West have a safe day from the West Hands Yellow Heart Red. Margarita Chow, good morning. Brent Hackshaw. I can't read all the comments. Marlene Saunders Sobers.
There's a lot of discussion going on.
Yes, a lot of discussion.
God.
David McCarthy, I agree that could never have happened under the late Basdeo Pandey or the late Patrick Manning. Well, definitely not Dr. Keith Rowley. Prabha Ramdial says good morning. So too does Carlisle Cupid, Slick Money Grip, Kurt Hope, Trini Gets Fit. All right. Trini Merle Kitchen, Melchizedek, Andre Reno, and that's it.
I said, Wendell, you did birthday greetings this morning?
Did I?
No,
I didn't.
No.
What did I miss? Who did I miss?
No, I just asked you because I had a birthday to send to Mr. Billy's wife, Miss Deborah Billy, because she's also watches us in the morning. So, Mrs. Billy, we want to wish you a happy birthday today from the Breakfast Show.
Well, have a great day. Now, former Mayor of Arima, Elvin Edwards, he is celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday, Elvin. Former councillor in Tunapuna Piako, Paul Guerra, is also celebrating his birthday today. Randy Richards, Randy was from Blue Waters, I think. Panman Pat, Donna Marie Joseph, Margaret Modest, Ayana Lewis, she's out there in Tobago. Deandra Marshall, who is part of the Marshall clan in Grandy, that's Dane Marie, I think Dane Marie's sister, and Charles Marshall's sister too. They are all celebrating birthdays today, right? And if we've missed any, have an absolutely fantastic day. All right.
So let me say good morning to the people on the WhatsApp. Fifi out there in Addis Ababa, good day to you. Oh, no, Carnival coming by you just now, Fifi. All right. Mahi also in New Jersey, good morning to you. Mahi celebrated her birthday yesterday. Hope you had a good day. Archbishop Ashton Clark in Canada, good day. Foxy, good morning. Kent, good morning. Mr. Billy, once again, good morning to you. And of course, your wife, happy birthday. Captain Ron in Orlando, good morning. Zena and the Powder Puff ladies, good morning to you. She says, hola.
Did you reach out to Mahi yesterday for her birthday, Sir Charles?
Yeah.
Okay.
That I greeted.
Could you imagine if you had 52 weeks of carnival?
You couldn't.
That there's a carnival somewhere, and I'm talking about the Trinidad and Tobago style carnival. I'm talking about Rio. Trinidad and Tobago style carnival somewhere in the world every single week. It would not be an incredible accomplishment.
It would be.
Continuing with the greetings, Frank, out there in Ruka, good morning. Peter Wilson is here from St. James. Sachin, good morning. Brenda in Penal, CJ out there in New York. Junior, thank you very much. Junior says the eye surgery is between $20,000 and $30,000 now. All right. And Miss St. Augustine, we want to wish you guys good morning. All the people on Gael Stream, good morning to Errol and the team. They're up very early with us this morning, as always. So thank you so much. People, we are taking that break. It's now 24 minutes before the hour of 7 o'clock. Stay with us here on The Breakfast Show.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Are you taking care of your sexual health and overall well-being? At Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, we believe your confidence, wellness, and intimacy matter. Visit us at our convenient locations: 10 Carmody Street, St. Augustine, Edinburgh, Chaguanas, Shops of Daybay, 95 Circular Road, Vistabella, Docks Ranch Light Pole 51, SS Aaron Road, Penal, and Metro Hotel, Suite 1, Number 2, Knoll Street North, Couva. From relaxing massage services to professional guidance on sexual wellness, we are here to support you every step of the way. Consult with renowned sexologist, Dr. Raj Ramnanan, for expert advice tailored to your needs. Take the first step toward a healthier, more confident you. Call 285-9739 or 645-4543 to book your appointment today. Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, where wellness meets confidence.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Port of Spain, a scandal in Citrus is finally back. We know you've been waiting, and we are finally back at Central Bank Auditorium for 2 nights only, on Saturday the 2nd of May at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 3rd at 6:30 p.m. Scandal in Citrus is back. Box office at Central Bank Auditorium opens on Monday 27th April, 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. Tickets also available at usual outlets and online. Kick stress out of your life.
Stress, get away from me!
Scandal in Citrus. Do not miss it.
Scandal in Cedrus.
Join me, Brother David Muhammad, every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, Powerful Radio. Join me to hear knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
All right. Hey, where they going? We are back, and we go straight into the newspapers today, guys.
Yeah, I'm here with you. Don't worry.
All right. Of course, today is April 28th, 2026, 1 year after a general election that saw the United National Congress winning that general election by a resounding majority. All right. KPB 2.0 stands her ground. I don't know what. Look at that story. If you come for my eye, I will take your. What is that about? These are the words of the Prime Minister. She said, if you come for my eye, I will take your whole head. That was the warning Prime Minister Kamala Persad Bissessa delivered to her critics yesterday and in an exclusive interview with the newspaper on the eve of our government's first anniversary in office. If you come for my eye, I will take your whole head. All right, 3-night bail for Eversley murder.
That goes back to the whole language. That goes back to the whole language thing we were talking about earlier, and that's why I said.
Which also goes back to a comment on the chat that somebody believes she may be in support of it because it's part of the revenge for the past 10 years. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Well, if that's the case, well, then we in a sorry place, and you just have to be prepared to hear that kind of language for the next how much ever years. Head, arms.
Go on.
Sorry. Head, arms, legs missing, burnt body found. That was another bizarre story yesterday. Missing elders found dead in burning car. Cop, scrap dealer, laborer charged with WPC's murder. Violence. And I have to say something about that particular funeral yesterday. I was very disappointed that the Minister of Homeland Security and the Commissioner of Police didn't attend that funeral. Because they were attending the delivery of 15 new cars. I thought that funeral would have been more important for them to attend and then do the cart, because the carting you could control that.
What funeral is this?
The funeral of Corporal Anushka Eversley, the officer who was murdered. Right? It was said at the launch of the thing that they couldn't attend because of that. I heard the PIO, the Public Information Officer for the TTPS, give that as an excuse. And I found they could have delayed that launch or put it on another day and attend that funeral. That's my opinion. Violence in Valencia, 3 killed. Afternoon drinking ends in murder at San Juan Bar. So it's all bad news on the headlines. Sorry, but we have to read it. We have no choice. All right, those are all trending stories in today's Express.
All right, I'll go straight to the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. One of the main trending stories: too much burden on Kamla. Political analysts gives PM an A grade, but complains only 8 of the 26 ministers are performing. And just in case you wanted to know who the political analyst is, it's Dr. Shane Mohammed. Other headlines: bold moves or risky bets. I don't know what that means. Solemn send off for Anushka. 3 charged with Eversley's murder. Theft of 123 guns appear in court. Meister outlines reform and stability drive for TTMPS. Bus tickets and pension payments set to go digital. I think it's an older story. Gas output set to double as Casadura project. That should be Cascadura, isn't it?
Yes, Cascadura.
Right. They spelled it wrong here. They have Casadura. Project advances, so says the Minister of Energy, Ulal Munilal. Minister wants probe into 2017 Amplia acquisition. $220 million, well, we killed John Gardner in. So too much burden on Kamla. Doctors unable to diagnose debilitating mystery illness. NH International loses HDC $3.4 billion contracts challenge. Solemn send off Anushka, which I said already. In terms of sports news, TNT men face Russia in June 9th friendly. Coaches support CWI's move to construct high-performance campus. Stacey Ann Adams, cricket commentator, and Paul takes sprint silver at UCI World Cup. That's it for the stories in Trinidad and Tobago Garden for this morning.
All right.
That's a lot of stories.
And of course, Joshua,
I just wanted to say a big thank you, of course, to all of the people who came out to Scandal and Citrus at Cipriani College over the weekend. I mean, we had a fantastic time over the weekend. We really enjoyed doing this play. And I mean, the audiences came out in droves. I mean, we were sold out way in advance before the evening shows even started on Saturday. By Saturday, we were completely sold out for both nights, Saturday and Sunday. And I mean, people have just been coming to this play in droves and having a really good time. So thank you. We do not take it for granted. You know, thank you very much for your support of live theatre and your support of the RSR Productions team. We appreciate it tremendously. And, you know, in terms of what we, you know, show and showcase to our patrons and audience members. So thank you very much. Of course, our next stop is this weekend. And we are back in Port of Spain, and that's some Port of Spain people they will be putting in the comments, RSR Productions, or they don't have a place called Central Bank, Napa and Queensall. Come back to Port of Spain, please. Well, we are back in Port of Spain to some of those audience members that kept reminding us of places we could come in Port of Spain. So we are at Central Bank Auditorium this weekend, Saturday at 8:30, Sunday at 6:30. Tickets were already selling at Cipriani College for Central Bank. So people who couldn't get in over the weekend actually bought tickets in advance for Central Bank Auditorium. So tickets are already selling for Central Bank. So get your tickets early, like I said before. Get your tickets early, don't wait for last minute. So we are at Central Bank Auditorium this weekend, Saturday at 8:30, Sunday at 6:30. Tickets are already on sale at all the usual outlets. And of course, the box office at Central Bank Auditorium opened yesterday. So it's open today. It is open today from 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. Get your tickets early. And just in case you don't know the outlets, Key Square Fashions, West Mall, East Gates, and Brentwood Mall in Chagonas, Chabili Rawi in Tunapuna, Electronics in Arima, Sharfley Auto Services in Sharfley, and Tony's Florals in Barback Shopping Plaza. That's where you can get your tickets. You can also purchase tickets online. There's a methodology. Go to RSR Productions Theatre on social media handles, Facebook and Instagram, and of course, TikTok. Looking forward to a fantastic weekend in Central Bank, you know.
All right, let's get into our Did You Know segment, and we will be back. People, stay with us on The Breakfast Show.
When asked what's the biggest mistake we make in life, the Buddha replied, the biggest mistake is you think you have time. Time is free, but it's priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. And once it's lost, you can never get it back. The average person lives 78 years. We spend 28.3 years of our life sleeping. That's almost a third of our life, but 30% of us struggle to sleep well. We spend 10.5 years of our life working, but over 50% of us want to leave our current jobs. Time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you can never get more time. We spend 9 years on TV and social media. We spend 6 years doing chores. We spend 4 years eating and drinking. We spend 3.5 years in education. We spend 2.5 years grooming. We spend 2.5 years shopping. We spend 1.5 years in childcare, and we spend 1.3 years commuting. That leaves us with 9 years. How will we spend that time? Steve Jobs said, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life.
I think we should save that and play that every now and then.
Well, I know that sleeping section. I am under what he said there.
I definitely under. And I know somebody though who is over the shopping ideas he gave.
I know people like that too, and then you're right. There's some people like over that. Oh my God. Oh my God. I was up till 11:37, you know, sleep. I don't know that because I was up till like nearly 1:30 this morning. Mm-hmm. Still battling my bike today. I was battling learning some stuff. Mm-hmm. And as I have a kind of bad mind, you know, I must when I get stopped now, I must figure out how to get through this maneuver. So I'm trying to do something digitally. And of course, it's easier to hire people to do it. But, you know, developers take they're not cheap. So I said, if they could do it, I could do it. I now realize why they charge so much money.
But I would be writing the check or no.
I say, okay. Yesterday I was saying, okay, I see why they charge money for all of this.
You got through?
Well, I am getting through. I wouldn't say I got through. I will say it's a work in progress.
All right.
You know, but it kept me up late.
All right. So let's open up the lines and take some calls. Today, of course, we are polling the 1-year anniversary of the UNC government. How do you feel? You know, 1 year later, it's exactly a year today. And as the Prime Minister said, if you come for my eye, I will take your head. Ominous words. I don't know. I am not bothered by anything and anyone. I'm sorry. I don't have the kind of time that man talk about in that video again for living. Let me just live now.
All right, so we're taking your calls, 281-1315, 281-1315.
Right.
And I'll get another number.
And our poll is already up, folks?
Really.
Where did it go? Oh.
They call banner push it out, but I put it back.
All right. But our poll is already up. You can vote on it. And just to go back to our comment, morning to Dave Gosain and Kazim Mohammed. Just to go back to the comment Kazim Mohammed made. He said, and I quote, compilation or not, he said it. And you're absolutely right. You understand? Whether it's a compilation or not, these are things he has said. And he and Randall Mitchell have a back and forth now on social media. And of course, Gary Griffin. And you know Gary Mouth. And you know Randall Mouth. You understand? So they be going back and forth. But I don't know. He is a lucky man. That's all I could say. Very lucky man.
That actually might be a sign of somebody needing somebody to reach out to them.
Reach out what way?
Some people are under real stress and need help, you know. And sometimes they don't know how to ask for help. So sometimes they react in certain ways.
I hear you. Maybe that's it. Because that person who went after Donald Trump clearly needed help. When you read what he put out, and basically giving justification for the decision he made, and a reporter dared to ask Donald Trump that, oh God, he let her have it. Trump is trouble, yes. All right, Trini gets fit saying it's hard to read the polls. So I'll say it out loudly, you know. All right, I'll say it out loudly. Our poll.
You know what you can probably do sometimes, Richard, because the font might be small in that automatic generation, you can also put it in the ticker tape.
Yeah.
Oh,
1 year later.
Sounded very enthused about doing that one.
Yes.
You know, if they're heading in a particular direction, there's no way you want to walk back.
Because I don't have to put my head up to my laptop to read it. Even though I compose it. 1 year later, are you happy with the new government? Yes or no? 1 year later. Are you happy with the new government? That's our poll. So just in case you can't read it, like some people, I've read it for you. 1 year later, are you happy with the new government? Yes or no? So that's our poll. So people,
All right, so let's see if we can get the calls inside. Caller, good morning to you.
Good morning, gentlemen. Hello?
Morning, go ahead.
Yes. I wait to see if our Prime Minister is going to bust Philip Alexander's head for that ridiculous video as a government minister. He should be removed, because I can't understand how a man could make a video like that, cussing people left and right, and going to face his staff at HDC this morning, at the Ministry of Housing or wherever the hell he works. No, Prime Minister, let us see if you will carry out your promise about busting heads, because he should never have been a minister in the first place. Y'all have a blessed morning.
All right.
Mr. Grant. Hello, Mr. Grant.
Good morning.
Morning to you, sir.
Well, I guess slowly until a friend planting, I can't take 3 o'clock a friend planting. So I don't go and say about 5 o'clock. Listen now, I really see the video they're talking about, but you see me? You see Philip Alexander, as I tell all of this country, the 6 foot people, as I always say so. These people ain't supposed to be in the parliament at all. And calling them this and so on. You see me? I said people like follow my father. My father is a fellow, everybody see a good man. But if you want his enemy, he's the enemy. I don't want to be no enemy. And in the middle, I tell my mind since I small growing up, I tell people my mind. In all the club I've been through, nobody can ride over me. I don't take them, I stay down and listen.
Mr. Grant, you was a Bajan.
I was not bad, but they used to take stupidness. I grew up behind the bridge, I proud of that.
Yeah.
I grew up with street, and them fellas and them. And them fellas, you could have come on with no stupidness.
Yeah.
It's either you're your friend or you're anybody. You can't be inside there. You understand? And these people here, Alexander and the Roberts and the thing there, look, they call for the girl, the senator to go. Right? Men was in parliament, they are charged in court. You know nobody say nothing about that? Of this thing. I see the other, not Mr. Mullah, when I came at the NH. They say it was in the, Julia David writes something, what was in the papers, and the charge, she should have paid money. Oh God, man, what is going on here?
Thanks much, Mr. Grant. Caller, good morning to you. Mr. Rima.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Sir Charles. Good morning, Richard. And good morning. Now, I am calling on behalf of some people, right? They tell me they don't have no phone and they so I'm calling on behalf of them. Now, the question is, if you've been working more than 12 or how much, 15 years, right? And they're not paying no NIS. You have nothing. You don't even have a piece of paper in your hand to show that you have something. You understand? And you're going to retire just now. What will happen? What will happen to you? Well, I told the person, I said, well, I'm not a lawyer, but it seems to me that you all have to get a lawyer to fight that case. Right now, if you have no money to fight a lawyer, what will happen? Isn't that the person, if you're not paying people NIS, isn't that you have to pay, you have to, isn't that the law that stating if you're not paying, you will be charged or something like that? Because I find that it's real foolishness to see that you're going to retire and you have nothing. You can't even get a little NIS, you can't get nothing when the money comes. Could you please kind of tell me what? So right now they are listening. Could you please say something on it so that the mind could be free? Because like they're getting kind of frustrated I'm
Okay.
listening, okay. Yeah,
Okay, thanks very much, Mr. Rima.
Yeah.
Any
We would
comments?
have
Mr.
had,
Rima?
yeah. A while back, we would have had someone who spoke about NIS. I don't know. Nobody has come up again since him to talk that kind of language. You know what I mean? You might have to actually get an attorney to deal with that on the show, because that's very common. A lot of people think it's not, but that's very common where people are employed and their employer is not paying NIS something, and they only find that out when they try to make a
NIS has indicated that you should also check up on your contributions, and you can do that online. You can send in your information and they will send you a report on what your payments are.
Yeah. Yeah. But a lot of people don't know how to do those things, Richard?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. And I think also
you just struggle whole night into the morning with some little simple thing.
And I didn't give up. But you don't resign yourself that you engage.
I hear you.
But even with NIS, sometimes when people do make reports, you don't get the feeling that they really go to these businesses and find out what's going on, you know. I know somebody who was working with a security company, and after taking the situation to NIS never visited the company to find out why, you know. So it's like you on your own, you know.
Yeah, people have a responsibility to check, but again, as I say, some people just don't know how.
Do what it's supposed to do also.
Yeah.
And right. So for all the people who are calling, we'll continue your calls on the other side of 7. All right.
Yeah.
Call again, Wendell.
1 year later, are you happy with the new government? Yes or no? 1 year later today. All right. That's our poll.
Yep.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is NETT Radio News Now.
This is News Now for Tuesday, the 28th of April, on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, and Gael Caribbean TV. I'm Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisesar has raised concerns over a U.S. $500 million loan linked to the Port of Spain waterfront development, flagged by the Auditor General. She has ordered a full report, with Works Minister Geraldine John tasked with gathering details. The arrangement, executed under the former PNM administration, involves UDCOT subsidiary POSWDL and U.S. lender UMB Bank. It supports a 30-year sublease tied to government rent payments, with total obligations estimated at over U.S. $805 million. Auditors warn that although the loan is off the books and carries no formal government guarantee, it is being repaid with public funds, creating indirect debt risk. An initial $245 million payment has already been made. Further review is expected as scrutiny continues. In the year since the United National Congress swept into office, Trinidad and Tobago's foreign policy has shifted markedly toward closer alignment with the United States. Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisesar and her cabinet have supported U.S. military actions in the Caribbean and Pacific, including controversial boat strikes that have killed more than 100 people, while welcoming deeper security cooperation and U.S. military presence in the region. The move has coincided with rising tensions with Venezuela, increased criticism of CARICOM's zone of peace stance, and a firmer break from traditional regional neutrality. The government has also backed U.S. positions on Cuba and Iran, and moved to designate several groups as terrorist organizations. Analysts say the shift may bring short-term strategic gains, but long-term regional consequences remain uncertain. 3 men, including a municipal police officer, have been charged with the murder of Corporal Anuska Eversley hours before her funeral. Jivon Cooper, Kwame Arnold, and Nicholas Ramdas appeared virtually in court and were remanded into custody. They face multiple charges, including murder, possession of firearms and ammunition, and robbery with violence, linked to the April 19th killing at the San Fernando Municipal Police Station and the theft of a large cache of weapons. Prosecutors say the case includes dozens of witness statements, with more evidence still being compiled. The court has set October 15th for a status hearing and December 10th for a sufficiency hearing, as investigations continue. In crime news, police are investigating a series of violent incidents across Trinidad, including burnt bodies, skeletal remains, and a fatal shooting. In Valencia, 2 men in their 70s were found dead inside a burnt Nissan Tita along the Valencia Old Road. They had been identified as Kenneth Gill of Trin City and Bernard Mahabir of Tunapuna. In a separate incident in Aruca, burnt skeletal remains were discovered off Zircon Circular in Bonaire West. Police say limbs and the skull were among body parts missing. In Emon Lane, Valencia, 39-year-old Keshawn Guy was shot and killed on Saturday night after being chased by a gunman. Several shell casings were recovered. The community has seen a recent spike in shootings, including 2 earlier fatal attacks, as investigations continue. Venezuela's acting president, Delcy Rodriguez, has arrived in Barbados for high-level talks, marking her second official visit to the Caribbean since taking office earlier this year. Rodriguez is expected to meet with Prime Minister Mia Mottley to discuss regional cooperation and development, although full details of the visit have not been disclosed. The trip follows a recent visit to Grenada and comes amid wider diplomatic engagement across the region. The visit also unfolds against a complex geopolitical backdrop, including tensions involving Venezuela and ongoing discussions over energy cooperation with Caribbean states. In Trinidad and Tobago, attention remains on potential cross-border energy projects, including the Dragon and Loran Manatee gas fields, as regional diplomacy continues to evolve. Finally, in international news, a California man has been charged with attempting to assassinate U.S. President Donald Trump in a security breach in Washington. Prosecutors say 31-year-old Cole Thomas Allen appeared in court in Washington, D.C. on Monday and did not enter a plea. He is accused of carrying a handgun, shotgun, and knives as he allegedly breached a security checkpoint at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. A Secret Service agent was injured but not seriously hurt during the incident at the Washington Hilton Hotel. Officials say he traveled from California via Chicago to Washington, crossing multiple state lines. He faces life in prison if convicted, with a security review now underway and a return to court on Thursday. And that's NETT Radio News at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Morning vibes, fresh energy. This is the NETT Radio Breakfast Show.
Ding bong, it's ding dong, party time again. Boom boom. I wanna be somewhere where the music is. I wanna be somewhere where the vibes it lit. Inside of it I go get that. Behind them girl when they push back, I and everybody hope you know that. No care, cause I wanna party. Bad, 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 bad. Wave up my hand, na, 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 na. And wind up on girl, I wanna party. Bad, 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 bad. Wave up my hand, na, 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 na. And wind up on girl. And you know when we doing it, we doing it, we doing it. You don't know we doing it proper. And you know when we doing it, we doing it, we doing it. You don't know we doing it proper. And you know when we doing it, yeah we doing it, yeah we doing it proper. And you know when we doing it, we doing it, we doing it. You don't know we doing it proper. Friends outside all night, this whole place gone wild, and it's the whole team out there. Drinks that we drinking top tier, we having our time, don't stop way. Well if you wanna be home, well not me. I wanna be somewhere where the music is. girl when they push back. I and everybody hope you know that. No care, cause I wanna party. Bad, 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 bad. Wave up my hand, and wind up on girl. I wanna party. Bad, 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 bad. Wave up my hand, and wind up on girl. And you know when we doing it, we doing it, we doing it. You don't know we doing it proper. And you know when we doing it, we doing it, we doing it. You don't know we doing it proper. And you know when we doing it, yeah we doing it, yeah we doing it proper. And you know when we doing it, we doing it, we doing it. You don't know we doing it proper. I don't wanna waste no time. I jamming and girl from my side. I jumping up cause I in my prime. I just see a fence I want to climb. I wanna be on my worst behavior. Oh, look them girl right there whining to me, you know. Yeah, why not? I wanna be somewhere where the music is. I wanna be somewhere where the vibes it lit. Inside of it I go get down. Behind them girl when they push back. I and everybody hope you know that. No care, cause I wanna party. Bad, 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 bad. Wave up my hand, and wind up on girl. I wanna party. Bad, 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 bad. Wave up my hand, and wind up on girl. I wanna party.
Just got better. You're locked into NETT Radio. Breakfast Show. Fueling your day with the best music.
I wanna party. Bad, 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 bad. Wave up my hand, and wind up on girl. I wanna party.
Well, there's somebody somewhere right about now in that kind of mood, feeling to party.
I wanna party.
Carnivals all over the place in Trinidad and Tobago. We should really be proud of that, you know. Trinidad and Tobago to the world. All different styles of carnival, you know, but trust me, Trini Carnival all over the world is real carnival, you know. Hi there, people. Welcome inside the second hour of the breakfast show. Of course, you are here on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio. Happily taking you above and beyond on this Tuesday morning. Giving God thanks and praises for being in the land of the living, yeah? So once again, good morning to everybody, the Anthem crew, good morning. Good morning to the Gael family, everybody streaming in between there. Thank you so much. Right? Of course, remember people, when we come off of the TV feeds, all you have to do is come across to netradiott.com, NETT Radio TT.com, and you'll be able to listen to us all day, all right? Of course, multiple streaming devices, so wherever you are streaming, you can get us, because we have now gone global. So you can get us on TuneIn, online radio box, Simple Radio, MyTuner, Radio Garden, any one of those platforms that you are streaming from. Normally, guess what? All you have to do is put in NETT Radio Trinidad, NETT Radio Trinidad, and of course you will be able to get us. So you get us on all your Google and smart devices, yeah? Also, don't forget to put your stamp on all of our platforms, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok. We want you to like, subscribe, follow. We need to get the numbers up. I'm trying to get the TikTok numbers up, especially because I want to go live on TikTok. So then make sure they go to TikTok and support our channel there, alright? Also, don't forget to hit in our descriptions. You will see our donate link, so you can donate so that we can stay streaming and you could support us with your donations to keep us streaming. Or you can just text the word donate to 299-5156 or to 2811315. Any of our numbers that you know, just text the word donate to those numbers, and we will send you the information as to how you can donate financially to support the channel. So our poll is up. 1 year later, are you satisfied with the government's performance? 1 if you're voting yes, 2 if you're voting no. And we'll tell you how you voted in a little bit. Also, don't forget to join our WhatsApp channel. That way you get to vote. You get all the information about NETT Radio there, alright? So we will be back shortly, people. Stay with us.
Port of Spain, a Scandal in Citrus is finally back. We know you've been waiting, and we are finally back at Central Bank Auditorium for 2 nights only, on Saturday the 2nd of May at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 3rd at 6:30 p.m. Scandal in Citrus is back. Box office at Central Bank Auditorium opens on Monday 27th April, 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. Tickets also available at usual outlets and online. Kick stress out of your life.
Stress, get away from
Scandal in Citrus. Do not miss it.
Scandal in Citrus.
Are you taking care of your sexual health and overall well-being? At Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, we believe your confidence, wellness, and intimacy matter. Visit us at our convenient locations: 10 Carmody Street, St. Augustine, Edinburgh, Chaguanas, Shops of Daybay, 95 Circular Road, Vistabella, Docks Ranch Lightpole 51, SS Aaron Road, Penal, and Metro Hotel, Suite 1, Number 2, Knoll Street North, Couva. From relaxing massage services to professional guidance on sexual wellness, we are here to support you every step of the way. Consult with renowned sexologist, Dr. Raj Ramnanan, for expert advice tailored to your needs. Take the first step toward a healthier, more confident you. Call 285-9739 or 645-4543 to book your appointment today. Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, where wellness meets confidence.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Join me, Brother David Muhammad, every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, Powerful Radio. Join me to hear knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Okay.
All right. We have to, let me go all the way back to where people were voting. You know, I was looking at that young man called I Show Speed, and I said, he reminds me of someone. You know who it is he reminds me of? Chris Tucker. He looks just like Chris Tucker, doesn't he? You know who Chris Tucker is, right?
Yeah, I know he is, but I can't. I'm now trying to grasp the resemblance and.
Yeah, he looks exactly like Chris Tucker, with more hair, of course, because Chris Tucker wears his hair short, you know. But his face is the same as Chris Tucker. Yeah. All right, so you ready? Of course, our poll is still up, people, and you can still vote on it whilst we count 1 year later, are you happy with the new government? Yes or no? So we could start counting the votes now. Marlon Motley. So it's either 1 or 2, right? 1 for yes, 2 for no, right? So I'll do the numbers, right? Marlon Motley 2, Michael Robinson 2, Piggy Lou Blue 2, Joyce Phillip 2, Kim Govaya 2, Kazim Mohammed 2, Sankofa 2, Eunice Dublin 2, Ava Smith 2, Carlisle Cupid 2, Gregory Boyer 2. Morning, Gregory. Nice chatting with you yesterday. Slick Money Grip 2, Apollonus 2, Robert Allen 2, Saint Aubin 2, Carol Guevara 2, Trinidad Fit 2, Beefy Smith 2, Carla Hercules 2, Beauty Culture 2. Yeah, Dean Allen, I agree with you. Bernadette Yates 2, Colted Finch 2, Margarita Chow 2, James Kamau, that's like a small 2. Beauty Culture 2, Margaret Thomas 2, Suzanne Jessup 2, Fran Romani 2, Pearl Cordis 2, Debbie Mitchell 1, Melchizedek 2. All right, plenty chat here. Finbar Collins 2. All right, where are we now? Where are we with votes now? Valerie Mendoza 2. Andre Reno 2. Trinidad Margot 1. Magic 1. No, there's an I dealt with. Okay, I thought I was a 1 Magic voted there, yes? Magic votes 2. Diane 2. Joseph Clement 2. Carl Cupid said, I just viewed the video of PA. Is he still collecting taxpayers' money as a minister in the Ministry of Housing? If so, I would like to change my vote in the poll to 200. Michael Oliver 1. Avion Abraham 2. Keith Clark. What is he saying there? All right. Keith Clark is 2. Ron DeSantis 2. Cheryl Henry 2. V 2. Dave Gosain 2. Katian Townsend 2. Yeah. Beauty Culture is also saying she saw the video. Melissa 2. Anthony Miguel 2. Marlene Saunders Sobers 2. Gemma Peters Halls 2. Howard Hernandez 2. Trini Merle Kitchen 2. Alistair Hart 2. Kurt Hope 2. And Frank Edwards 2. All right. You have any there?
Yeah, man, of course. Let me just find it here too, because in between, once of that chat.
Yeah, a lot of chat on the YouTube too.
All right, so where will we start? So we had Brenda saying, okay, right. So Brenda saying 2, Peter Wilson saying 2, Kurt Edwards 2, Judith and Tobago 2, Raymond saying 2, Archbishop Ashton Clark saying 2, Pauline saying 1, Captain Ron saying 2, Kenwin saying 1, Zena saying hell 2, West St. Augustine saying 2, Miss Sampson saying 2, Long Islander saying 2, Junior saying 2. and Sexy Reds saying a big one. And to the people on the WhatsApp channel who vote anonymously there, right? She have the benefit of being on the WhatsApp channel. It's a 50-50 with them.
On WhatsApp, 50-50.
The WhatsApp channel.
Okay. That's something different. Okay.
Yeah, that is, so you have WhatsApp and you have the WhatsApp channel also.
All right. So I have Scorpion Pepper 2 and Susie B 2. And based on the YouTube calculations, is 5% is saying 1, that is yes, and 95% is saying 2, that is no. So 95% of the pollsters are not satisfied with the performance of the government after the first year. All right?
Yeah, that would be the same trend. I mean, the numbers are trending in the same direction here. You know? Give or take or 1 or 2, but basically the trend is the same across the board. So most of our persons voting this morning would have said no, that they are not satisfied, they are not happy, they are not pleased with the government's performance, and a small minority will also say that they are. Yeah.
Well,
so that is our morning poll.
Yep. Our morning poll has ended. 95% no, 5% yes. All right. Of course, there's an article in one of the newspapers, I think, in the headline that Dr. Shane Mohammed, I think, he's an analyst who was given the Prime Minister an A grade, but he said that only 8 of her 26 ministers are working. And strange enough, the 3 ministers on the front page of that article was Khadija Amin, Minister of Rural Development and Local Government, and I can agree with that. I actually did message her, but she didn't respond about doing a quick interview. And he also had on that front page Jolene John and John Jeremy as ministers who are working. All right?
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, Jolene John is coming out of their meeting over the weekend. It seems that she is favored as the successor also.
Diana.
Leadership.
That ain't happening.
Why you feel so way?
Brother man, I've been around this politics for too long. I've been around this politics for too long. Jolene John will suffer the same fate when Pasdeo Pandey tried to anoint Carlos John. It's not happening. This place is too divided, too polarized.
Yeah,
it's the same thing happened. Well, it didn't happen with the PNM in such a manner, but PNM, because PNM it was a little more muted and a little more disciplined. But that is what a lot of people said when Dr. Rowley anointed Stuart Young. The cultures in this country ain't gonna change for a long time, you know, Sir Charles. That polarization in Trinidad and Tobago ain't changing for a long, long time. Okay? The UNC will probably be more disciplined because they understand losing power. You understand? They might want to do it for the sake of ensuring keeping power. But I don't know that will work. That won't work. Pasdeo Pandey, they nearly crucified him when he was pushing Carlos John. Yeah, this place is a mess. I'm sorry to say it so. But there are very few people that can transcend that mess.
Yeah. But if the people on the ground are saying that, you think that the hierarchy will go against what the people are saying?
Who?
You know, there's always that inner circle, and then there's, besides the inner circle, there's the penthouse. There's the penthouse crew, you know. So, regardless of what the other individuals may be saying on the ground, you feel that they will go against all of that.
Well, we've had examples already, you know. We've had those examples already. This place, Trinidad and Tobago, is way too polarized. And it's getting worse sometimes, I think. You understand? Whilst there are examples of people coming together, the different races coming together for certain things. I mean, you see it in marriages, you see it at carnival, you see it for sports. Politically, we are way too polarized. Politically, it is bad. It is bad.
I would have told myself that as we mature and we go forward, I believe a lot of that is changing. I mean,
politically.
Yeah, I believe in some cases it is. I know there are some individuals, and the thing about it is that the ones who are holding on to it is the ones who are in the influential decision-making positions,
And that's why it won't change.
Yeah, but they just pass on, No. I mean, sometimes they pass it down to somebody else who just as bad. They make sure they make sure that they train a successor to carry on, what they wanted and stuff. But
I don't see it happening in our lifetime. Sorry to be so cynical about it. But I think I'm being real. I don't think that is going to change.
Yeah, well, I mean, in reality too. I mean, when you check it out, I mean, I'm not too sure if it would really happen like right now. Maybe as Crazy said, in time to come, but maybe not at this particular point. But yeah, maybe in time to come.
Well, Crazy predicted some things in that song that actually came true. Yeah. But we are a long way from the both parties accepting people of either race to head them. We are a long way from that. We are a long way from that. PNM, Bazio Pandey and Carlos John was an example. That Dr. Rowley Stewart Young was another example. And Jerlyn John with her personality, they will crucify that lady. What is praising her for now, you will hear all kind of descriptions of her. You understand? If that happens.
Wow. Well, it all depends on how strong the individual is to within the time that they have, going forward to it. That they may be. There are some situations that you become in a position where they have no choice but to go with what you, because you have done so much and you're out there. I don't know if Miss John, with all that she has done, is at that stage, maybe not now, but maybe in a couple of years if she continues to work. If the Prime Minister continues when she goes on her trips to put her to be the acting Prime Minister. But then that's the same thing happened with Colin Imbo, right?
Imbo.
He acted as the Prime Minister when the Prime Minister
for most times, yes.
Most of the times.
Yeah, and then
they didn't want him.
Yeah, acting Prime Minister is far different, Under Mr. Manning, Dr. Lenny Sage used to be the acting Prime Minister. Acting Prime Minister is far different from anointing someone to lead the party. Yeah, well,
the anointing part would totally fall flat.
Yes. Those things, it hasn't worked for the last 25 years. I don't know that it will work now. Jerlyn John, as hard working as she is, will find out that bitter end of that pill. And I don't know that Kamala Prasad Bisesa, as much as she trusts Jerlyn John and knows her character and so on in terms of hard work, I don't know that she will do her party that. She won't do it.
Right. But besides the three that you call her, did the analysts name the other 5 individuals?
I didn't actually get the article.
Okay.
I just saw the headline, the front page of the paper had those 3 ministers.
So it was Khadija, Jerlyn John, John Jeremy.
Yeah.
Who else you feel may fall in between there?
I think Saddam Hussein will be one.
What
I
about
think he will
Barry
be one of
Potter?
those who are working. I don't know if Mr. Potter name will be mentioned, but if somebody has the article and you want to send it for us, send it from me or for us. We'd appreciate it. Because apparently there is an article that says, you know, you could send it so we could talk about it again. But of course, the UNC is touting a lot of achievements in the first year. And one of the achievements, of course, that's getting traction is that issue of creating 15,000 jobs. Of course, you know, on the flip side of that is how many people who would have lost their jobs. But they are saying it's 15,000 sustainable jobs. You understand? And not as opposed to these make work programs. You understand? I don't know where the evidence is of that. But I know that it's still short-term thing. Nothing is long-term again. Eh? You don't get that kind of thing again. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, if there's anything positive that anyone has to say, or I mean, let's try to at least give credence to their year in office. We have seen where we were a year ago. Are you better off? Have you seen any improvements? I've seen a couple, as I've told you. The issue of these digital transformations, and maybe that is as a result of what was being put in place before. But you know me, we always get fed up and say, God, why are you taking so long to implement something? The issue of local government, I always say.
Yeah.
Local
I
government.
didn't actually see, I'm sure that they would have talked about it, but for some reason I did not see like a listing as to what they would have identified as their achievements. You know, I didn't see it in the newspapers yesterday, and I can't recall, you know, noticing it even today. You know, because normally you find like a party would list all the achievements. I don't know how it has not come out as yet like that.
It came out in an article, you know. I just didn't have it. I don't have it in front of me.
Because I mean, since Sunday, I've been, you know, Sunday, Monday, you know, looking at newspapers. Last night, I was checking it through, but I don't, unless I really missed it. But, you know, because normally, I know they would normally they put that outside there. So what are some of their achievements besides the crime situation, the statistics, you know?
Well, that's one of the achievements that they're boasting about, eh?
Yeah, well, I know that will definitely be the main achievement, and regardless of whether people like it or not, or would question it or not, I mean, the statistics are there, and these are the statistics that we have been using all the time, you know. So you can't fight that, you know. But I was just trying to get, you know, if there was a more in-depth list. I know somebody listening might be able to help me with that.
Yeah, that's why I'd ask if somebody could send it to us. But again, as I said, one of the things I talk about, and I'll talk about it again. For 9.5 years in local government, the PNM didn't see it fit to increase the stipend for the local government people. They didn't see it fit to increase the stipend for councillors' offices and their stationery. In less than 3-4 months into the UNC government, they did that. You understand? And those things get me upset because you had a chance to do it. You understand?
Yeah.
And those are some of the things that get me upset. Right?
Yeah. A couple of Fridays ago, I saw an excerpt coming out of the parliament where Mr. Parat was actually going after Mr. Imbut for a situation. I don't know if Mr. Imbut had raised about water in his constituency or whatever is the case, you know. So Mr. Parat was basically showing him what they are doing in his constituency, a constituency that he represents for 24 years. 10 of those years he was the finance minister and did not take care of the constituency, but he now coming to ask you, what are you doing about my constituency, you know? And I looked at that, and you know, when I kind of check back as people who would have looked after their constituencies in a major way. Besides Patrick Manning, I don't know of, because you have that, he was Patrick Manning, San Fernando East or West?
San Fernando East.
East, and whatever it is that went on over the years while he was in charge of that, at least he seemed to have taken care of that community, but I don't know how many other persons in government, have taken care of the communities like that. I can't even say even if the present Prime Minister, where she is in Superior, if that community is being taken care of in a particular way,
Of course, I was paying attention last night on the news to the Public Accounts Committee into the pharmaceuticals, and that will make some interesting development if that goes. But see, I've been through all this before, with different governments investigating past governments and casting certain blames and aspersions on them, and then it goes nowhere.
That is the part that we get accustomed to. It goes nowhere. So we make all these startling revelations, and and rightfully so. But they had to go somewhere.
Yeah, because all that name calling and that thing about who approved this and how much approved under that one, it will end up as a big fat nothing.
Yeah, and that means if nothing happens, that means we'll find ourselves back here again at some point in time.
Yeah,
and
that's the only thing I think would get me off this radio eventually. Fed up of talking about politics in Trinidad and Tobago and the TTPS that are no hopeless. You understand? I know for sure them hopeless. The TTPS commissioned electric cars yesterday. They're mad. They can't take care of the diesel and the gas cars that they have. Them take electric cars. My God. That's crazy. Well, I'm fed up.
No, well, they have no choice now, in any case, because that is where we go in electric cars. So
they're mad. They need the cars like in Flintstone. Yeah, they had to run on the gong and just let it roll. That's the kind of car they need.
Because at the end of the day, that's where going. So that's basically what they have to buy. You understand? So all these gas running cars and all that kind of thing, that get out of that. So
and for those, as I say, for those who think that I'm an open book, right? But I telling you something. Anytime I jump on a plane, which is very often, I don't study this place at all, except when I had a common radio.
Yeah, it's
the only time I study this place is when I had a common radio. I don't
study where you're going and what you're going and eat and drink and meet people.
I don't know how much of life I have left, and I intend to enjoy it. You understand? When you come to look at me in the coffin, you go see a big smile on my face. Just
yeah, tell them to make sure they make you up that way.
They go see a big smile. I go smile anyway.
Anyhow, before we get to the lines, let me just play this video that you sent with the Ghana thing. That is what, from the carnival?
Yeah, that's from the carnival.
All right,
the person from Ghana sent me that.
All right.
He works at a radio station in Ghana.
Currently happening in Accra, Ghana. Accra, Ghana. Currently happening live. What do you see? Yeah, this is Ghana from Accra, Osu. Watch it live and color. Everybody start to Accra, Osu. I want to start to walk with me. Watch it and see live. Accra, Ghana. This is Accra, Ghana. I'm not any place. I swear you.
ada kuat baru dulu jual bulan. Tunggu lah.
I don't leave my work already. 9 to 5 is not for me. I get you on hot and sweaty. For you. Cool and roll. Make some noise for Marshall. What's that on the man?
Itu ngulu. Nanya om bolu. Osu police station ini ya.
Carnival stage.
You see all the different country flags passing there. If it ain't pinned, the small one pinned on, the holding big ones. You see all different Caribbean flags there.
That happened this morning or that happened yesterday?
That happened over the last few days, over the weekend.
Oh, in Ghana. Yeah.
In Ghana, Accra, Ghana.
They're looking good. They're looking good, and they're rope hunting already.
Yeah.
That's transport, everything about it.
And
all manner of flags out there. Isn't that beautiful?
The first carnival that they have, and they don't know it is a rope. That's really influence for you.
Yeah. It's beautiful what's happening out there. I guess we could open up the lines and take some calls, you know.
Definitely, people, we can take your calls, man. I like the other. So yesterday and so far behind Wendell with the Raka close, eh?
I tell you, there's a lot of Caribbean people out there looking too.
Yes,
Ghanaians. Maybe some of them dress like that, but I know back when we did it in Kumasi, they won't be caught dead looking like that.
But when you have the West Indian influence come in and Trini from all over the diaspora come in, they come in and bring a whole different thing. Anyhow, we're going to the lines. Caller, good morning.
Yes, me again.
Mr. Grant again.
Yeah. Well, my daughter up there. Yeah, she going with Masha Montano and them, man.
Well,
she going
to play the bass.
Yeah. I don't talk to her just now, but that morning run out. She said every morning like Quran going over there. Quran going right now.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Yeah, but Masha have been up there for about 3 or 4 years ago, long before the COVID, you know. Doing a little thing small one again, bigger. Because this boy they went up there too. A family of mine there, the stage room and they started at he and doing Gulston. You understand?
Yeah, we had to get some pan up inside of there too.
Yeah, they are pan too, you know. Remember some years back when one of the whatever Nigeria, when the man they come down here, they send up some pan up there, you know. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool. No problem.
All right.
Mr. Grant, thank you very much.
Just saying thank you to Johnson Noel. Yes, I did. I got the article. Thank you very much on the Prime Minister's interview. But I'm looking through the article to see if she named, because the political analyst said only 8 of the 26 cabinet members are performing. The media asked Mohammed to name the 8, but he only revealed his top 3, which is Jolene John, Khadija Amin, and John Jeremy. So even though he said 8 are working, he only named 3.
3. Right? Oh, okay. That is it. All right, caller, good morning.
Hi, good morning to Charles and Wendell and Richard.
Morning, Raymond.
Wendell, I agree with you in terms of the poll that came out for succession planning for the UNC where Julian John tops it. Mm-hmm. And I agree with you, Wendell, that is not going to happen.
Not in this lifetime.
My reason for saying this, I don't know if you all saw or were aware that recently 7 judges were appointed. And did you notice the ethnic composition of these judges, it was 6-1. And based on that sort of statistic, it is not going to happen where somebody like you is going to win the league. Also, Charles, you wanted to know what Delphi was doing by visiting the Caribbean. Well, there is on YouTube a press conference with Delphi and the Prime Minister of Barbados outlining all that they agreed on and what they would like to see happening in the future. And I don't think Trinidad and Tobago is part of this whirlwind tour by them. We have been sidelined, and it's going to be very difficult for Trinidad and Tobago to make an impression. They would have to go on bended knees and follow the pride.
Well, yeah. All right. Thanks very much, Raymond. Well, I guess the only time will tell us that, you know.
Yeah.
Hola, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Trinidad and Tobago. The Stevens, I share concern about the electric vehicles, but mostly for one reason. In terms of the charging stations, that is one, and also the terrain that the vehicles will be able to go to. And if as what was said yesterday, it's for rapid deployment, I think this is something like what happened when we had the Cherokee under Mr. Pandey's time from Platinum Motors in terms of beefing up the response time, which is the E999. I don't think we will be seeing these vehicles where they're most needed in terms of the outlying communities and so on outside of built up areas and things. So I share concern about how effective it would be over time and so on. But that'll try something, right? And based on what was
I guess so.
over the weekend. But here it is, for me, I find it very curious that no one clued in on all the language that the Prime Minister used. And when I heard it, I was concerned because it took me back to Rwanda, 1994. Because before that genocide took place, there was a lot of emotive, inflammatory language used on radio stations and media outlets that led to people feeling that they had to move a particular way. And when you say to us, UNC children know one thing, that is emotive language. And also, in my mind, it raised the question of language prejudicial to public safety under the current SOE regs. I want anybody to tell me that sort of inflammatory language, if used by any other political leader in this party, whether or not such persons would not be the subject of a PDO right now. But the language of the Prime Minister and what comes from the junior minister in the Ministry of Housing tells me that he is confident to speak like that because he knows he will not lose his job because his boss is also speaking the same way. And that is something that we are clue into. But I will hope that at some point the media will clue into her and ask her these questions and get her a response. And it's all well and good to celebrate today, April the 20th, as you winning and so on. But you owe the country and I'd like to come and have a fulsome conversation on that. He Dr. Rowley as all you want, but he had conversations with the Prime Minister and he made himself available for questions all the time. If you want to be serious in governance, that is an example I think you could follow. Put yourself on the spot and take questions and be prepared to give us answers. I think that is what we deserve in our country.
Thank you. Yeah. Otherwise, the divisiveness and the hatred is just going to continue to build. And you don't want that. Why would you want to be running a country that the place is so, how should I put it, angry? Because we've seen it. I mean, look at the crimes we have in. I mean, inexplicable things because people are so angry. Trinidad is a scary place. I'm sorry to say it. I love Trinidad and Tobago, but it scares me. It scares me. Honestly, it does.
Kola, good morning.
From Brooklyn, New York.
Morning.
Hi, Brooklyn, New York.
First time caller, always watching the program.
Thank you so much.
Calling today just to shout out my daughter birthday, Shawnell Johnson. Happy birthday. And you all guys, don't stress yourself out about politics. Especially, I ain't gonna call his name, because he knows himself. Everyone have
especially
a great...
Wendell. You can say especially Wendell.
No, I wouldn't say Wendell. He knows himself. Don't stress yourself. You're doing that ever since the Dr. Joe. We keep doing it. You see as it wins.
Yeah, but back then I was in the politics. I'm not in the politics anymore.
I hear you, but it's something like you're in the politics. As one person make one mistake, you're ramping it.
But because I'm on radio, that's the only reason why, you know.
I hope so.
All right. No, trust me. When I'm not on radio, I don't stress. Trust me.
Thank you very much, Brooklyn.
Thanks for the advice.
Yeah. Virginia,
next side New York, which is a place I don't really like. We could meet for a drink or something. Allow me and Charmaine supposed to meet up in New York, and she can't meet me up yet.
Virginia, good morning.
Yeah, Professor, good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Hey, Wendell, a little bit, I disagree with you with what you say about with Julian John, because I tell you what, that small percentage that used to control the UNC, it didn't die off with Pandey, because Kamala is still part of that a little bit, but the fact is that she adjusted as such, and I don't, and there's a great possibility your first black female prime minister might be Julian John. And however, I voted no, but does that make me a PNM then? I was thinking about it, because when I vote, something against the UNC is the PNM, that is, the UNC committee PNM and vice versa. I kind of mixed it up here. But anyway, but Pandey had a little foresight, right? But the fact is, that generation of him who controlled the UNC back in the time when he was putting forward Carlos John, it definitely wasn't for that. Stuart Young, my PNM friends and buddies and so on, they tell me he ain't black enough. Right? So that's, and that's the reality. They have that small percentage of individuals. But you know what? That's, that's what I think. But again, I respectfully would disagree with you. But hey, you know what? In politics, as you say, you can never tell how things will play out. You know what I'm saying?
You never know.
That's never tell, right? All right, guys, take it easy.
Yeah, thanks very much.
People seem to be forgetting too. He said Julian John might be the first black female prime minister. We had female prime ministers, even though they were acting already, of African origin, Daphne Phillips was an acting prime minister in Trinidad and Tobago, Will you forget her?
Yeah.
She he means any substantive position.
He was saying actual prime minister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Zena, good morning.
But is he saying that she will be elected prime minister or anointed prime minister? Is that a big difference, If she is leading the party into an election and become prime minister, as opposed to the party already in election, in power, and she being placed as prime minister, which is what the PNM tried to do with Stuart Young, and you saw it backfired when the actual election came around. Okay.
All right. Okay. Zena, good morning.
Good morning, Sir Charles.
Hi.
Good morning, Wendell. Good morning, Richard.
Morning.
Good morning, Zena.
I'm not hearing Richard because you don't even
I just said good morning, Zena. I said good morning, Zena.
Say hi. I'm giving a good morning to Richard. Anyhow, about merciful.
But like she's telling you, Zena, Richard just shouted at you good morning.
Sir Charles, Wendell, you let Richard talk.
No, he just did talk.
You leave it alone.
Yeah, but he just speaking to him.
Listen, Sir Charles, to the poll, that's why I said hell no.
You know, these people are on this radio station.
take place here. Well, I should say good for this country. Everything, the entire cost of living went up because every charge for everything went up. I can't name them, it's too long, too many to name. You understand? Including the cost of groceries. Everything went up here. And the kind of bacchanal that we hearing every day coming from that parliament and outside with the ministers and the behavior of some in another country, in other countries, real first world countries. Time any minister name calling any kind of a thing, whether it's outside woman business, deadbeat dad, whoever, you step down, you know. They hear even if people calling for them to go, this government don't know when to put people on hold. You understand? Put your minister out.
Zina?
Don't know that. They want to hold on to power. Hold on all the time and shoot. The PNM don't know that. When any minister name calling anything, they step aside. So they could never come do what the PNM has achieved. Never. They carry up the overdraft. They carry up everything. Last night when I heard they employed 1,600 people in the 4 corners of the country, east, west, north, and south. 60, and they have 4 people who oversee in them. You want to tell me from east, west, north, and south, when I divide that is 400 people for the area. So you want to tell me to the whole of north, you put 400 people to get the work? To do what? All in the arena is very nasty. All the Cleaver Park and all about is bush. Bush everywhere you turn and garbage and dirt. So they have done nothing.
All right. Okay, no problem.
Because people all of the Caribbean. I gone.
Yeah.
Zina
gone. Zina gone.
She gone, went there. What happened? You heard that she hung up?
Yeah. She's saying your mouth full. I want to know what your mouth could be full of.
Maybe after 8 o'clock we'll find out. We come back.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is NETT Radio News Now.
This is News Now for Tuesday, the 28th of April, on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, and Gael Caribbean TV. I'm Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Besessar has raised concerns over a U.S. $500 million loan linked to the Port of Spain waterfront development, flagged by the Auditor General. She has ordered a full report, with Works Minister Geraldine John tasked with gathering details. The arrangement, executed under the former PNM administration, involves UDCOT subsidiary POSWDL and U.S. lender UMB Bank. It supports a 30-year sublease tied to government rent payments, with total obligations estimated at over U.S. $805 million. Auditors warn that although the loan is off the books and carries no formal government guarantee, it is being repaid with public funds, creating indirect debt risk. An initial $245 million payment has already been made. Further review is expected as scrutiny continues. In the year since the United National Congress swept into office, Trinidad and Tobago's foreign policy has shifted markedly toward closer alignment with the United States. Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Besessar and her cabinet have supported U.S. military actions in the Caribbean and Pacific, including controversial boat strikes that have killed more than 100 people, while welcoming deeper security cooperation and U.S. military presence in the region. The move has coincided with rising tensions with Venezuela, increased criticism of CARICOM's zone of peace stance, and a firmer break from traditional regional neutrality. The government has also backed U.S. positions on Cuba and Iran, and moved to designate several groups as terrorist organizations. Analysts say the shift may bring short-term strategic gains, but long-term regional consequences remain uncertain. 3 men, including a municipal police officer, have been charged with the murder of Corporal Anuska Eversley hours before her funeral. Jivon Cooper, Kwame Arnold, and Nicholas Ramdas appeared virtually in court and were remanded into custody. They face multiple charges, including murder, possession of firearms and ammunition, and robbery with violence, linked to the April 19th killing at the San Fernando Municipal Police Station and the theft of a large cache of weapons. Prosecutors say the case includes dozens of witness statements, with more evidence still being compiled. The court has set October 15th for a status hearing and December 10th for a sufficiency hearing, as investigations continue. In crime news, police are investigating a series of violent incidents across Trinidad, including burnt bodies, skeletal remains, and a fatal shooting. In Valencia, 2 men in their 70s were found dead inside a burnt Nissan Tita along the Valencia Old Road. They have been identified as Kenneth Gill of Trin City and Bernard Mahabir of Tunapuna. In a separate incident in Aruca, burnt skeletal remains were discovered off Zircon Circular in Bonaire West. Police say limbs and the skull were among body parts missing. In Emon Lane, Valencia, 39-year-old Keshawn Guy was shot and killed on Saturday night after being chased by a gunman. Several shell casings were recovered. The community has seen a recent spike in shootings, including 2 earlier fatal attacks, as investigations continue. Venezuela's acting president, Delcy Rodriguez, has arrived in Barbados for high-level talks, marking her second official visit to the Caribbean since taking office earlier this year. Rodriguez is expected to meet with Prime Minister Mia Mottley to discuss regional cooperation and development, although full details of the visit have not been disclosed. The trip follows a recent visit to Grenada and comes amid wider diplomatic engagement across the region. The visit also unfolds against a complex geopolitical backdrop, including tensions involving Venezuela and ongoing discussions over energy cooperation with Caribbean states. In Trinidad and Tobago, attention remains on potential cross-border energy projects, including the Dragon and Loran Manatee gas fields, as regional diplomacy continues to evolve. Finally, in international news, a California man has been charged with attempting to assassinate U.S. President Donald Trump in a security breach in Washington. Prosecutors say 31-year-old Cole Thomas Allen appeared in court in Washington, D.C. on Monday and did not enter a plea. He is accused of carrying a handgun, shotgun, and knives as he allegedly breached a security checkpoint at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. A Secret Service agent was injured but not seriously hurt during the incident at the Washington Hilton Hotel. Officials say he traveled from California via Chicago to Washington, crossing multiple state lines. He faces life in prison if convicted, with a security review now underway and a return to court on Thursday. And that's NETT Radio News at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Port of Spain, a scandal in Citrus is finally back. We know you've been waiting, and we are finally back at Central Bank Auditorium for 2 nights only, on Saturday the 2nd of May at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 3rd at 6:30 p.m. Scandal in Citrus is back. Box office at Central Bank Auditorium opens on Monday 27th April, 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. Tickets also available at usual outlets and online. Kick stress out of your life.
Stress, get away from
Scandal in Citrus. Do not miss it.
Scandal in Citrus.
Are you taking care of your sexual health and overall well-being? At Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, we believe your confidence, wellness, and intimacy matter. Visit us at our convenient locations: 10 Carmody Street, St. Augustine, Edinburgh, Chaguanas, Shops of Daybay, 95 Circular Road, Vistabella, Docks Ranch Light Pole 51, SS Aaron Road, Penal, and Metro Hotel, Suite 1, Number 2 Knoll Street North, Couva. From relaxing massage services to professional guidance on sexual wellness, we are here to support you every step of the way. Consult with renowned sexologist, Dr. Raj Ramnanan, for expert advice tailored to your needs. Take the first step toward a healthier, more confident you. Call 285-9739 or 645-4543 to book your appointment today. Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, where wellness meets confidence.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Join me, Brother David Muhammad, every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, Powerful Radio. Join me to hear knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
All right, everybody. So we are back here inside of the final hour of the breakfast show. Of course, you are listening to NETT Radio, New Era TT Radio, and also we are live on Gael TV. We are also live on our Facebook, on the YouTube channel. So all our people coming in all those different spaces, we welcome you and thank you so much. And we want you to share our links. Yeah, share our links so that we could reach more people in the diaspora. We're trying to reach our diaspora people all around the globe. And so far, we're not doing too badly. We have people in, and all over listening. We have people in Japan. We have people on the African continent. We have a lot of people in North America. So, yeah. And then we have some people right here all over the place, too. When Delzina said she apologized, she wasn't hearing us so she did not hear Richard trying to buffer, and she wasn't hearing you either. So
I realized that. That since the other day, I realized when Zina calls in, she doesn't really hear.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably maybe
you're so focused on what you want to say. That's what happened. You don't want to hear.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, but that's
Morning,
nothing.
Gloria Charles Pantin. Gloria, you see that is a fixed picture. So if I move off center, I had to be all the way across here for you to see my Giniami, and I can't. It will humbug the pixelation in the picture. So I had to stay center. I'll try to do over a picture with a background picture.
I put it on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You must send me the picture. I'll try and move it for you.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, and I'll move it and extend the area and fix it up. I might actually make it like a little smaller though, like a logo.
Yeah, you can put it on either side, one here and one here.
Yeah.
You can put it on either side of my head.
Yeah, I'll make it like a little logo.
Yeah.
I don't want people to confuse it with the head,
No.
So you'd have to fix it. Yeah. We're inside the Stefano session, and of course, so all the people in the mid-morning. RJ sent for me today in the mid-morning. I have some stuff to go attend to, so on the move this morning after the breakfast show. So between 9 and 1 o'clock today, I have RJ. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what are you doing? We're going back to the lines, or you have a house cleaning things that you?
Let's take some calls as we celebrate, we observe the 1 year anniversary of the new NC government.
Yeah. Well, yeah. 1 year here, new again, right? You're fully sourced out now. So. Good morning, Mr. Abadi.
Mr. Sir Charles Davis.
Hi.
Good morning, Richard and Wendell. Richard and Wendell and Sir Charles. I called 92 times.
92 times you said,
Yes. Yes, and you know why it's no, because how the thing is, I could count it.
Yeah, it will tell you.
I say, when the last person was speaking, I think it was Virginia. I say, when he started to speak, I say, well, let me cut off now because there's no way I'm going to get you before you talk this. Anyway. Okay, so I'm here. So yeah, first of all, I want to say condolences to the two elderly gentlemen who were burned to death fatal. I know one of them, and you know how I know him? Because his brother lived 2 houses from me, and he passed away his brother passed away last year. And I know in and out, and I get to know him. But he doesn't really live here in Trinidad. He's come and go, you know. So when I saw his niece put up on our chat, our street chat, that her uncle is missing, I say, missing? And then when I saw the other man, I say, both of them? And I was kind of like, both of them missing? And same time in the afternoon, like after 3, I go and call my neighbor because I think he didn't know and he knows him very well. I go to call one of my neighbors to let him know that your neighbor brother is missing. I read it where he was burnt to death. I said, what? Everybody shocked. Everybody was shocked. Everybody was shocked to hear that kind of news.
So he was visiting, you're saying? He was visiting. The guy was visiting, you say?
Well, he lived in and out of Trinidad, you know? So probably he was in Trinidad at this time, you know, spending a little time with his mom, because his mom was elderly as well. And like everybody was shocked to hear that. And he's alive, why, you know? Oh my goodness. And his brother is only 1 year, a few days from now, it will be a year since his brother passed. And his death was also shocking, you know? But boy, when I heard that, I said, what is life, you know? What madness could have passed through some crazy person to do such a thing? I can't wait for that autopsy. Right, next thing, I reading where Desi Rodriguez and Mia Murphy, you know, talking and so on. And you know, the people from Guyana they have an issue with Desi Rodriguez wearing a brooch depicting the flag of Venezuela and the Essequibo. And they asking Mia, why is she entertaining her and not asking her about not wearing that brooch? I mean, this someone just like some of the people in Trinidad, you know. If you want business, you living in Barbados, you know. So you know the little story you don't want to say is CARICOM, we are all brothers and sisters, and she's not a part of it. The woman comes to do business with another country, and Barbados will gain, and then she will gain as well. Guyana already have their gas and oil, but they cannot give anybody else except themselves and one other country, I think. Right? So if the woman gonna interfere with something that doesn't concern her, what are you gonna tell her? Before we sit down to talk, please take off that brooch now, because it will affect, you know, one of the CARICOM brothers. What?
Guys, maybe they notice it.
Well, I didn't see that story, but that's kind of ridiculous.
Yes, I said, wait now, hear me now. I wonder if I'm Trinidad boy, or this a Trinidadian speaking. It's ridiculous to the extreme, and they crazy and insulting Miss you know, insulting her, you know. And some of the comments came from Trinidadians, sir.
Yeah.
Some of the comments came from Trinidadians as well. And finally, in this 1 year of this government, first of all, when you said earlier, one thing that you find is good news that the travel thing is easy for you. But here it is. How many people traveling? How many ordinary folks traveling? Most of them can't afford to travel. But they never went outside of Tobago. So that ends in nothing for them, because they're passing through the airport and it's easy thing in, no lines. That doesn't say nothing for them.
Yeah, but it's not just about Trinidadians too. It's about, I mean, we have people from all over the world coming here.
I know, but what I'm saying, it may be a good thing for those people who do that, but the majority of people who I know in the next week coming from, what they care about that, about electronic things.
Yeah, but that doesn't minimalize the.
You still have to do things to advance the country, you know, Davide.
Yeah.
Even though you will have your internal struggles and stuff.
Guys, not their bread and butter. So now I'm saying, they in business with that. Just as how
No, you don't have to. As I say, decrease an achievement to increase to talk about something that they ain't happened yet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and you cut yourself off.
You called job.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't subscribe to that. One bad doesn't cancel out a good. It doesn't work that way. You could talk about the unemployment. You could talk about the people who. I mean, we all know how many people lost their jobs and catching it, aunt, uncle, and nenen. No problem. But at the same time, something was achieved. The issue of paperless travel was long. We talking about that so long.
Yeah. Mr. Billy.
Oh yes, thank you. I want to thank the breakfast show for already, showing this moment to my wife on her birthday. A woman who have given me 4 decades of her life.
Wow.
And I just 4 decades, 4 grown-up children. Right, and I just want to say thanks to her. I pay homage to her. The children to just taking her for lunch. I will be doing the dinner tonight. So, we just have to thank God for the blessings and things. And I mean, and she have taken all my good and all my bad. So I just want to salute her today.
Yes.
Doing a military career, being a military individual. I have to be away, all in Barbados and course all about. And she has started here with the children. Put them up to be fine community people in the community of Powder Magazine. And I'm so proud of her. I salute her, Deborah Billy, for coming into my life. Thank you all very much and continue spreading the good word.
Well done. Good job, Patrick.
Man, thanks very much, Mr. Billy, and congratulations to you too,
Good job.
To hold on in relationships these days is a real challenge. So anybody who's doing it well, hey, congratulations, man.
Wow. 40 years.
Mr. Patrick.
Yes, my lord.
One Patrick, the next Patrick.
Mr. Wendell.
Mr. Patrick, how are you? How much years you make? 40?
Boy, are you getting that, no?
You can't say how much years you and your wife married? What wrong with that?
Yeah, but not so long.
Okay.
When did I do like you? I was in 3 marriages.
I only do 2, brother.
I do 3. I want more than you.
Look at that.
But what has happened when my man already make 40 years married and 30 years married and those that are 40, usually about 20, usually about 39 years good.
Well, that's 39 good. That's not bad either.
No. Well, I mean, only 39 bad. The last one is good because they can't go away again.
No, yeah, some people have some good ones, majority good ones.
Mr. Patrick is not trouble. Mr. Patrick is trouble, yes.
Yeah, I would tell you, I'm like a roller coaster boy. I'm like a sea boy. Up and down. That's that.
Marriage is hard work. That much I can tell you.
And that's the problem. Anytime people talk about marriage is hard work, people don't like to work hard. Marriage is something people are supposed to reason and try to understand the role and the function and just do it as they do. That's all. But what are you going for? This Severance Act, bill with the party Senate, they making it a lawyer from our land. I read an article where employers and them saying they would have to employ less people when
I saw that article.
And I remember that laugh because I know they will do that. Yeah. So you know what it is, you have a little business and you are making a big set of money and you have to go into insolvency and then you want to tell me I have to pay how much money to 5 to 6 locals. So where you get the money?
Yeah. Yeah. So
where you get that kind of money? And the property tax thing when I have to bring nobody here.
No, we working on that still. That we're trying to get somebody from sport. Yes, a lot of the people are not, well, they're not morning people, early morning people.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that anything right now to pay workers will be challenging. When they had money before, they wasn't doing it. Now they have no money to pay nobody. Some workers, some businessmen eating from the profit.
But the thing about it, Mr. Patrick, and I hear you with that, with some businesses that may be not being, but that also some of those people that you're hearing about, some of them could have really done it better too and didn't do it, you know. Some of them take advantage of people, you know.
Last time I did use, I was in a company, a Crystal Stream. Some water
Crystal
company.
Crystal Waters.
Yeah. Right. I shut down the business and they gave 42 of the workers paper to go up. But they didn't pass the law yet. So, how much? I don't know what it is, but we're in challenging times, buddy. Challenging times. And you know, a lot of people that feel businesses making big money. I know some businesses right now who owe in bank money, and the bank only gave them time. There's a matter of foreclosure.
Yeah, business is really tough these days. We are in business, and I'm telling you, it's not easy. You know, that's why we say to you all send all the little donations and help to keep us up on outside here.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
All right, Mr. Patrick.
Right.
Thank you very much. All right, Captain Ron. Good morning to you.
Good morning, gentle people. How are you guys doing today?
Captain Ron, we good. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Listening to you guys taking in the show. You know, Wendell, I agree with so many things. Tell me something. When the Prime Minister, and I'm glad the gentleman earlier talks about it, when she makes these kind of statements about us cutting people head off or whatever, taking your head off or busting your head, I think she needs to stop that nonsense, because there are unscrupulous people out there who would take us as a message to do more things in spite of all the crime that is happening in Trinidad and Tobago. So some people, you know, they just want to hear the top of the head the country say something like that,
and they act upon it.
You know, so I think she needs to stop that nonsense. Secondly, she made a statement she said it's going to be in time to come, it will be better, good times are coming, or better times are coming, something.
Better. Hold on. Better days are coming.
Mm-hmm. Better days are coming. But my question is, for whom? Who are they coming for? She needs to break it down for everybody to understand. It seems like Ms. Prasad is doing a very full job in PR work for the country. She doesn't give much speeches. When she does, she doesn't say much. She needs to break things down for the people. You can't be wanting to run the country and then keeping things to yourself. You're not showing up. I don't know. And then this man has to be crazy to give her a grade A. No, man. She need a grade C. I give her a grade C.
Well,
all right,
but okay, no problem. But I wanted to tell you how people see the thing, but Captain Ron, because he would probably not be the only person that sees it that way. And politicians speak to their base, you know. They have to let their base know that we are doing things, you know, and we are doing things in your best interest. So yes, a lot of people may not agree with it, but that's the world of politics. I mean, a lot of the things that we're hearing, politicians over the years have continued to say. Remember, we heard we turned the corner, brighter days are ahead, and all different kinds of things we heard in the past, you know. But strange enough, you know, I'm surprised that nobody picked up on the statement that she made sometime over the weekend when she said something about war and it's political war. She eventually she corrected it. That sort of thing too. So the Prime Minister, fiery man.
Well, she has shown that since
if only the third day is war, political war. That come like the the Calypsonian is boy. It's boy in your person. Right, let me see. Zena, you back with us?
Yes, sir, Charles.
You hearing me okay?
I'm hearing you.
Hold on. When they'll talk to Zena there.
Zena, are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you now.
Right.
All right.
And well, I don't know. As I said, Richard's mouth maybe all this
His
time.
mouth full this time. His mouth definitely full this time.
Yeah, but let me say I am sorry. Again, I did not hear you all at all. And Richard, I'm telling you sorry with a but. Do not think I'm afraid of that big mouth of yours. Leave that for Bacchanal in Cedras on the stages throughout Trinidad and Tobago. Be afraid of that. So don't shout out and think you could bawl out on me. Right?
All right.
Good. I want to pick up Virginia. Well, then I want to agree with you, you know. Virginia, you not living here. You really know what's going on now. You remember, you know a man called Jack Warner? Virginia, if you're listening, how many votes he got when he was in the party and he was spending the money, and then when he went independent, how many he got? You don't know, and maybe when then and they must put in it nice about.
But wasn't his situation kind of a little different? Because he left the party.
No, well, I am talking about how people stick to their race. And no matter what, because it's only PNM people, African, Trinidadians, and Tobagonians has changed their vote. You know, and the few Indians that we have that are loyal to the PNM, well, they stick with the PNM. But let us not fool ourselves. Party, the people don't change their vote. So I am saying that I agree with Wendell. That and a red horse, I don't think.
All right. Okay, Zina, no problem.
All right.
Yes. I said that on a red horse.
Not in our lifetime. That this polarization ain't changing. Not
I
in
don't
our
know if Mr. Warner's situation, but if I can't remember it exactly, if it might have been the same situation. I don't think
it wasn't much different, you know. What Mr. Warner did, if you remember, because he was so powerful back then, and I guess his pockets were so deep, when he left and formed the ILP and contested the by-election in Chaguanas, right? He won because he still had traction then. After that, he couldn't win nothing, you know. You understand?
Yeah.
And he went on a mission to bring down the government, which worked in a way, because he said all manner of things about everybody, especially this current prime minister back then on the platform. He didn't hold back. You only forget them videos or what? They're still sharing sometimes. You understand?
All right, okay. Dabadi, you're back.
Yes, I'm back.
You see, you're calling at the right time now. You see, there's no traffic to interfere with you.
Well, watch now. You would know. When I see Zina call, I say, all right, I guess you are blind, but nobody else. Anyhow, I didn't come to talk. So, when those analysts, like so-called political analysts, like Shane Mohammed, well, he didn't work yet, so he still have to speak. Grading the Prime Minister, grade A, I had to laugh because it is really a joke, right? So you want to tell me all these things happened and you are grading this Prime Minister running this country? She said on the platform, I read it, that in her thing Saturday, that she was only going to be loyal to her people. So she is governing only for her party and not the country. Only read it, read it, because I tell you, when I read. She is not for Trinidad and Tobago. She's only supplying things to people who support her, and she is not about country. And who will like that?
Yeah,
only
but
those that say,
how do you distinguish? How do you when you are a leader? How do you distinguish that kind of thing?
So, Charles,
when it rains, it does rain all over.
You live here. Just all these appointments that have been made thus far signify those things. Just watch. So, Charles, I feel sometimes you go and sleep under the bed and wake up on the next side of our next bed.
I just sleep all over the place, yeah. I sleep all over the. I sleep all over the whole. So I sleep in the washroom sometimes. I just sleep in the washroom.
Real. So, Charles, even though you're I am partisan, and I was.
All I ask is a question, and if you said something, yeah, but Dabadi. But if you say something, Dabadi, and I ask you a question, am I not supposed to question what you say sometimes?
Yeah, you could, but it's kind of
you find it. Okay, I'll just stop questioning you then.
So, Charles, most of those board appointments is friends, family.
But that is how it always is, Dabadi. Most of the time, when they'll tell Ms. Dabadi, he how there's appoint boards and people when you support.
Politically, yes, that because you want people to carry out.
Hear this, right? Every last government did it, and they criticize it down to the wire and talk about nepotism and friends and family and support, whatever. Not the ground people, The ground people don't get nothing. It's only other people who don't. And whether you could attest to that, the other people who do all the groundwork, they ain't nothing that, It's the other people who never walk a mile. Anyway, when she speaks about that, or when politicians speak about that, and they come and do the exact same thing or even worse. Because like in this government, family members, the wife, the husband, the brother-in-law, some kind of pumpkin find something.
All the time that happens, Dabadi.
But that doesn't make it right.
It doesn't make it right, but it happens. So don't be selective with it.
But then don't speak about it. Do not speak about it because you're just being hypocritical, and that is what I hate. The hypocrisy in these trippiness. You saying one thing and you're doing worse the other time. So for me, this government here has put a lot of people on the breadline, which affected me too, That has affected me as well, Those people being on the breadline, they cannot buy a bread. They can't buy food. Not some of them can only have to go and buy 2 items, take grocery for the children, they never go to school. I know, because I speak with them. It is very difficult out there.
It is very difficult. We understand that. Yeah. Huh? All right, Dabadi, thanks much. Let's see if we can take our final quarter.
She basically just mirroring the fact that this place ain't gonna change. Not for a long time. That is basically what we're saying. People say what they have to say to get into power. When they get into power,
anything continues.
Yeah.
You are not going to go and tell people, I am going to do this and I'm only going to hire this one. I want your vote. So across the board, it happens in not just here, anywhere. I am going to be a fair government. I'm going to do this.
I will embrace everybody. We will go up the road together. We will ensure that all our citizens are taken care of. We will ensure no more crime. We will have jobs for all. Everybody's saying it.
That is it. And when you get into there, you think your people are going to sit down and say, well, but I support you, how I can be on a board, and this man is happy, and nobody get him a work before me. Come on.
And guess what has happened? If I leave the PNM now, let me give you an example. If I leave the PNM now and join the UNC, I will get a good position, right? I will be embraced. Oh, we get a PNM and so on, so on, so on.
Yeah, but look at the head.
But guess what? No, let me go a little further. If 5 years pass now and the PNM come back in power and I go back to the PNM, I will be elevated above people who work hard in the PNM for the last few years. You know that? Because they're going to say, when they'll come back, we're so happy to have him. Politics is despicable.
So that's why I tell you, Ms. Dabby, I just sleep all part of the house. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning to you, caller.
Morning. This is a silent listener. Trini gets fit.
Trini gets fit.
All right. I've been seeing on the chat.
Yeah, on the chat. Welcome, Trini.
Thank you. I voted too this morning in the poll. So the way this government does things, I think I'm not pleased with it at all. I will take, for example, I live abroad for over 20 years. And I came back to Trinidad to do a passport. Unfortunately, it was in the year of COVID, and I got stuck. I'm a musician. I got stuck in Trinidad, and I wasn't able to go back because, when that type of industry kind of dried up for some years, and I was able to get into CPEP and work as a laborer, roadman, but I had no choice because at the time I was running out of money and stuff, and so I was able to get into CPEP, and from there I was able to build myself. I was able to do courses, change the way I do things. I am now a graphic designer. The type of people that I met in CPEP, I was able to do a susu and make money. I'm just saying, the way they took away the CPEP, they didn't really put anything in place because I don't think that they really take care of the small man. Right? They have this program. I saw the minister, Wendell Friend, talking about this new program that more sustainable and yes, but it still have people that might be qualified for these things. The grassroots people. They genuinely have people in Trinidad that are not qualified for these type of government jobs, and I don't think that the government, I don't know what have in place. They're not saying anything. They're not showing anything that they really care about these type of people. So I give them a tool. Then with these ministers, they have these housing ministers. They're crazy on the internet, using obscene language and calling out people and these kind of things, and nothing positive. Look at what's going on with the oil and gas industry. The president of Venezuela going to Barbados now. These things it's poor judgment. So I can't support what this government has done in this last year. But I give them a 2.
All right.
Okay, no problem. Thanks much, Trinidad. Yeah, good to hear you, man. We need you more on the chat.
And that last comment he made is going to be Trinidad and Tobago's Waterloo. That issue of our relationship with Venezuela and how because of the deals that are in the making, were in the making and supposed to help our country, that could be the Waterloo. Where are we going to get any money from? I don't know. If we don't fix that situation. So, yeah.
I am sure at some point in time it's going to pan itself out. I don't think people and their the personalities will hold strong as to their interest for their country. Because at the end of the day, we still have something to offer, and they may very well need some of the stuff that we have.
But if I had to take cue from Delcy Rodriguez, president of Venezuela, I'm worried. I'm more worried now than before. The fact that she's gone to Grenada, is in Barbados now, I'm more worried now.
Well, obviously, that's a relationship issue, Wendell, because of the exchange of words, which is why language, as I keep saying, is important.
Mm-hmm.
And because one person is rampaging, it's not a reason for you to reply to everything. I remember when Patrick Manning, there was a time we had a kind of a spat with Barbados concerning flying fish and issues.
Mm-hmm.
And Mia Motley at that point was an opposition member. Or if she was in power, she wasn't the prime minister, but she was a minister.
Mm-hmm.
And she was using a certain amount of combative language. And I always remember that Patrick Manning was always very diplomatic. He did not engage in any combative talk. He just said things would be resolved. It had to go to wherever for arbitration. And he just kept it very level-headed. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, we have Delcy Rodriguez, who has said intemperate things under the Maduro regime. And unfortunately, we had a prime minister who responded in like.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if it's different for when women are combative with each other vis-a-vis if it's a man and a woman or two men. But what was very combative in the exchange of words between them particularly, and now she is in control. Obviously, there is going to be a level of direct or indirect vindictive payback.
Yep.
Is what I would call it. How does Trinidad and Tobago navigate a relationship that has gone sour, that we contributed to? So that's the difficult diplomatic waters that whatever mission goes to Venezuela has to tread. And it has and a lot of the responsibility rests with the Prime Minister and the language that she used.
Yeah.
Richard, and that's why I say language. That's why I say language is important.
Yeah. I'm not sure your sequence is correct, though. That Delcy Rodriguez started it. I'm not sure of that.
I didn't say she started it. I'm just saying that. Well, if it came across like I said, she started it. It's just that there's a combative to and fro. Because I don't think there was a combative to and fro with the Maduro regime generally. And then Delcy Rodriguez became the spokesperson in the combative relationship.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know I'm not a diplomatic expert, but I don't know how Trinidad and Tobago navigates that. And there's a way to navigate it, of course, because politics is a lot of it is about self-interest and interests of the countries that align. So if the interests of Venezuela align with that of Trinidad and Tobago's, I'm sure they will come to some sort of agreement.
The
elephant in the room.
It may mean changing the players, because Sean Sobers didn't help it by some of the things he said also. You understand? We have the Minister of Defense and the Minister of Homeland Security ain't helped the situation either by some of the things. And we have the same minister in the Ministry of Housing. People forget that. Thanks for reminding us on the chat. That India will nuke Venezuela. Remember when he said that? And they had to tell him, the Prime Minister herself had to tell him, hey, take it down. And
but we have a minister.
Prime Minister came here.
Yeah, but we have a Minister of Energy in terms of Dr. Rudal Munilal. So I don't know, he may have to take point on this. And of course, the elephant in the room is the United States.
Yep.
The United States may have to be the middleman broker because it's international oil firms that are really engaged in it at the forefront that Trinidad and Tobago hopes to reap benefits from.
Yeah. But America don't seal their deals, you know. America don't need us again, you know.
Well, I don't know that the United States will necessarily brush us off in the way that you're suggesting. So I mean, we'll just have to see how it all plays out, because there is a vested interest in the United States in maintaining the fervor with which Trinidad and Tobago defends their position currently. So that has some currency if you're looking at it purely from an objective international relations perspective.
I hear you, but as far as I'm concerned, America does not need Trinidad and Tobago at all. They have gotten what they want in Venezuela. They have gotten a place to put a radar and get at Maduro. Maduro is no longer there. They have Delcy Rodriguez, who is now president, more than likely agreeing with their positions and their energy companies.
I wouldn't be so dramatic. I wouldn't be so dramatic that the United States does not need Trinidad and Tobago at all. That's dramatic. I don't think so.
All right.
I don't think international relations are as clear cut as that.
And well, for our sake, I hope I am wrong.
And there's still
for our sake, I hope I am wrong. I'm willing to say I am wrong for our sake, for the country's sake.
Anyhow, people, we have to go because I have to get out of here. I'm running really late.
So we have to hurry up because of you?
Yes. Oh, come on, give me the scandal quick.
All right. Scandal in Cedros is on this weekend. Thank you for all the people who came out to Cipriani. We are now in Central Bank Auditorium on Saturday at 8:30 and Sunday at 6:30. Get your tickets early. Trust me when I say this. All right, the box office at Central Bank Auditorium opens from 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily, and tickets also available at the usual outlets: K-Square Fashions, Westmall, Eastgates and Brentwood Mall, and Tony's Florals, Val Park, Electronics in Arima, Jubilee Rao in Tinnapuna, and Shafley Auto Services in Shafley. You can also get tickets online. Check out our production site on social media, Facebook, Insta, or TikTok. You've never heard it said so fast.
Folks, have a wonderful day. Remember to let go and let God.
You sure he had 2 more outlets there? Anyhow.
Have a fantastic day, people. Remember to smile and laugh. And NETT Radio Trinidad is on your smart devices. Go to TuneIn and look for NETT Radio Trinidad. NETT Radio Trinidad. Sorry, is it that? Am I right? NETT?
On TuneIn and all the devices, we are NETT
Radio. Right, yeah, I was right. And
so
of course,
our website, you're getting us at netradiott.com.
netradiott.com, so you can follow all of the excellent programming throughout the day. Have a fantastic Tuesday, people. And this has been
The Breakfast Show.
Get up, get up. It's the time to start the day. The Breakfast Show is here. We bring in the soca way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The Breakfast Show got the vibes started.